Howdy, how you doing? I'm Frosting already and welcome back to another Battlefield 2042 video. I know, it's been a hot minute since I've uploaded a Battlefield video or, well, any sort of multiplayer game on my channel. And I'm sorry. Truth be told, my work schedule is currently kicking my ass with how inconsistent it is. And so I've just kind of been dedicating most of my time to my walkthrough series. And yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, I'm going to try and make it better. I'm going to try to get more consistent, especially with these types of videos with Call of Duty and Battlefield and all that. And yeah, bear with me because it's going to be like a kind of over time thing. But I do want to bring these videos back because I do enjoy making them, and I hope you guys enjoy watching them as much as I enjoy making them. And I don't know why I said that twice, but yeah. Anyway, yes, so we're going to bring these types of videos back and it's going to be good. And this week I'm bringing you a Battlefield video, so let's throw a parade, let's throw a party, and without me boring your eardrums further, let's get into it. So yes, the topic of this video is Battlefield 2042 finally being in a good spot, in my opinion, alright? And yeah, I know a lot of other people have also, like kind of streamers and content creators for this game, have also made similar videos and given their opinions on it. And if you're an avid watcher of the Battlefield community, then, well, you probably think we're all like a big broken record. And, well, you're probably not wrong for saying that. But I'm here to give my opinion on it. And you can give your opinion on it too. You know, agree to disagree. The comment section's open, and there's also my Discord server, link in the description to that, should you want to join it and discuss further. But yes, I want to just quickly give the start of this video a thanks to DICE, alright? Because if it's true that DICE kind of pulled like a lot of the devs away and gave it to like a small kind of team to fix the game, well, they've done a good job, alright? I'll give them that, alright? This video is going to be like a bit of, you know, both positives and negatives, but I just want to quickly dedicate the start to saying thank you, DICE, for not giving up on the game, alright? Because seriously, if you look at this game from launch, how, you know, buggy, rushed, glitchy, how chaotic, but not the fun type of chaotic the Battlefield usually is, it was an absolute dumpster fire, alright? And DICE has done a good job, make no mistake. I do agree that the game is fun now. You know, I think it's one of the more chill FPS games available on the market currently that you can hop onto and just have fun, alright? I strongly agree with that opinion. You know, obviously I agree to disagree, but I think, like, you know, obviously you're going to have games where you get mad, and you're going to have games where it's really sweaty, but that's kind of just the thing with multiplayer games these days. And it's quite sad to say that, you know. The reason I haven't made a video on the new Modern Warfare 2 game is purely because of how sweaty the COD kind of community is. I don't know what it is, what happened between 2010 to now, where gaming went from like a chill kind of casual hobby to where everyone feels like their grandmothers are being held at gunpoint if they don't go 13-0 each game. And I don't know why we've had this kind of switch, but we unfortunately have, alright? And that kind of ruins the experience for some of us. But yes, thank you, DICE, for not kind of fully giving up on this game. And because you had every right just to kind of move on to the next title, cut your loss, and focus on that one, alright? And I know it's a foreign concept to some, and I don't know how they got this mindset either, but I do enjoy Battlefield, but there is some criticism to it. And this is the big one that I want to dedicate this video to. Yes, I agree Battlefield 2042 is in a good spot. I agree it's a fun game. However, we're in Season 4 currently. It's been a year and a bit since this game launched, and we're only now starting to call it a good game. Alright? This, what we have now, should have been this game from launch, alright? And the fact that we're only now accepting this as a good game shows how low the bar is of expectations for, you know, this kind of, like, for the gaming community in general, you know? If we don't point out what they've done wrong, they're going to keep doing it for future titles to come, and that's going to just completely destroy all kind of gaming together, because then it's just going to become unfun, alright? Battlefield 2042, yes, it's a fun game. Will it ever be the greatest? No, at least not in my opinion. It will never ever top 3, 4 or 1. Those games are S tier for me, alright? Nothing can top them, at least for now. Maybe in the future I will get a game that, you know, at least rivals them slightly. But as it stands right now, no. I think the main issue with this game is still balancing, alright? It's what basically everyone complains about. Balancing is the main issue. Weapons, vehicles, even maps, right? The starter maps for this game were so bad that even the reworked maps still don't work properly. There's still bugs and glitches to be found on them. Reworked maps, alright? They weren't fun. The DLC maps, they're actually pretty fun. I'll give them that. Like, they kind of, you know, they're fun. But the other ones, no. Just no. But yes, weapon balancing. This is the one I want to talk about first. Every season, right, we get a couple new weapons, right? And that's good, right? New content. But the way, well, hold on. Let me just talk about this first, right? Battlefield 2042 launched with a kind of lackluster amount of weapons. There's no denying that, right? Yes, there was a couple, but it was pretty lackluster. And now I will say that number has improved. However, you know, and as much as I appreciate the nostalgia of bringing in the portal weapons from Battlefield 3 and stuff, it's not really new content as such. You know, we had it years ago. It's just recycled, updated to fit into this game, and slapped into, you know, the kind of weapon loadouts. It's not exactly new content, you know. And it pains me to say that because I really do enjoy it, and I don't want to sound like this big negative bastard, but I kind of have to be, alright? But yes, weapon balancing is a huge issue in this game, alright, it is. Every season when the new kind of weapons drop, they're the most overpowered, broken shit ever, and for like a few weeks until they get nerfed. And I don't know whether it's just intentional to get everyone to play them, to get a feel of them, or whether it's incompetence. I don't know, and I won't comment on it for too long, but it's not very fun, alright, because there's a bigger issue I feel is worse, alright, and that's vehicle balancing. Now, this comes from someone who enjoys flying in Battlefield games, right? I've always enjoyed being a pilot, except from in 1 and 5. In 1 and 5, I've preferred the ground kind of vehicles over air vehicles, but in 3 and 4, I preferred the air vehicles, right? And in this game, I prefer air vehicles. That was just kind of like a side rant thing, right? But I don't know what it is, and I do appreciate the fact that they've kind of made it so that now, you know, you kind of have to get like one vehicle from each category, and you know, the map, you're allowed one jet or 1 or 2 helicopters depending on the map size. I do appreciate that they've done that, right? Because I don't know if anyone else had this experience, it's just me, but when it first launched and you know, your team was getting dominated by a helicopter and you knew you needed like a jet or like another semi-good pilot and a helicopter to take it down, but then that one guy stole the Nightbird and fucked off into the enemy backline, that wasn't fun, right? But now, you know, you can get a jet where someone can either focus on the anti-air or anti-ground kind of vehicle aspect of it, right? And that's great. But the thing that bugs me most isn't that, right? Why are the transport vehicles the most overpowered thing in the game? The transport vehicles. Now, I'm mostly talking about the Hind here, right? Because the Condor exists, right? It does. And don't get me wrong, with a good Condor pilot, you can absolutely destroy. But the Condor's bigger and heavier than the Hind, alright? And I feel like if you can control the Condor, then, you know, you've got skill. The Hind is just a big helicopter. If you can fly a helicopter in Battlefield 2042, you can fly the Hind. It's not hard, right? And so, you get these people that go in 15-0, 20-0, 30-0 I've seen once, not in like a personal game, I've seen it on, you know, like, I saw it on someone else's stream, but they were able to do that because they had a good pilot and someone who just kind of shot aimlessly at anything the pilot like flew over. That's not fun. It's not. Why is a transport vehicle something made for picking up people, sending them to an objective across conquest of the map and stuff? Why is that an absolute death machine? Why? That shouldn't be a thing. And it is getting nerfed soon. So maybe when you're watching this, it's outdated information. It is getting a nerf soon, thankfully. Took them long enough. I don't really have any complaints about the other stuff. Actually, no, I do. It's kind of an old rant, but it's about the old rant of balancing, right? Classic. When the game first launched, the Nightbird was the most annoying thing ever to deal with. You know? And then they nerfed it, I think. They did, yeah. And it got better, alright? It was no longer this annoying little fucking bastard just kind of going around doing his own thing. But then the stealth helicopters came out in Season 2, and oh my god, it was so unbalanced, it was so unfun, it was unreal. Basically, if you didn't know, the stealth helicopter could bomb someone, go into stealth mode so no one could lock onto them with, either anti-air rockets, no jets could lock onto them, no one in a helicopter could lock onto them, the wildcats couldn't lock onto them, nothing, right? And during that time they were in stealth mode, they were able to repair the health kit and flares on board the helicopter, meaning a good pilot could come down, bomb the shit out of you, go into stealth mode so you couldn't lock onto them, and during that time they had their flares and their health kit repaired, and so when that was done, they come out of stealth mode, they do it all over again, right? It was the most overpowered and broken shit. It was not fun to deal with, alright? Another thing is it was only recently we got a class system. The class system. The key aspect to Battlefield which separates it from other FPS games is the class system, and we only got that a few updates ago. It's quite unacceptable, The scoreboard as well, quickly, I want to say they recently added it in, and it's probably one of the best scoreboards I've had in a Battlefield game. I will say that. But, the fact that it took them ages to add it in is quite shocking. Alright? I will not deny, Battlefield 2042 is in a good spot. I do not hate the game, in fact I quite enjoy it. But this is the standard we should have had from launch. What we have now should have been the way the game launched, and then the game would have been fun. The damage wouldn't be done. People who played at launch aren't going to come back to this game. Well, some will, sure. There's going to be someone in the comments like, but I played at launch, I saw how fun the game was, and I came back, and good for you. I'm glad you're enjoying the game now. But the damage is done. People aren't going to come back. The player base took a shot, and, they're not going to come back, right? Until the next title, maybe. But this is this quality is what we should hold for the game for the rest of its life cycle. This quality is what the rest of Battlefield should be. The next title, whatever it may be, should have this quality from launch. Please, that's all I'm asking. Yes, it's a fun game, and, please keep it that way. Anyway, I've been your boy Frost. Enough of this rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.